It's what everyone goes through, every organism goes through. Well, first of all, not every organism ages. We know that. I guess we haven't communicated that well throughout the world, though, have we? The Bristlecone pine tree doesn't appear to age. The rockfish, right? The hydra. There's many examples around the world of organisms that do not age, and of course our DNA doesn't age either. Well, I mean I'm not going to explain that at this point. But anyway, yeah, DNA is an immortal structure anyway. It's lasted ever since the beginning of life on Earth, right? Okay, but the one thing is framing that issue as well, whether or not aging is a disease. And you can argue that aging is a disease. That's perfectly allowable, and I do it often. That, back in the day, people used to think heart disease, it was natural. It was a natural thing. Cancer, natural. Alzheimer's, it was natural. They call it, in my neck of the woods anyway, they call it old-timers, not Alzheimer's. They call it old-timers just because it's a natural thing. As you age, you lose your mind. Things like that. But once we kind of understood the biological basis behind these changes in people, then they were labeled as diseases. And everything that happens to a person as they get older could be labeled as a disease. When your joints wear out, you get sarcopenia, your muscles wear out, all of these different things are just part of the aging picture. So aging is just made up of all kinds of things that degrade throughout your life, different cells, different organisms, different organs. Everything degrades. Everything could be classified as a disease. Sure, you could argue that way, but you could frame it in the fact that aging is something we want to defeat, even if it can't be labeled as a disease. It's bad. It's terrible for people. It causes untold suffering and death across the world. And as people, we're aware of ourselves and we're aware of our predicament. Why not fight aging, right? Let me check the chat here just in case anyone else had said anything else. Oh yeah, David, dis plus ease, not at ease. There you go. It is a disease. That's right. Good post there. So anyway, that's a neat little discussion that you might want to check out. David said he often links it conceptually to progeria, which is advanced aging disease. People age at a rapid rate, and by the time they're 10, it's like they're 80 years old. They're biologically like they're 80, even though they're chronologically only like 10 years old. But that's a good point too. Another good way to argue it. But that's just a little sample of all the different discussions that go on at the Institute every week. I mentioned just one idea that popped up in our action forum, and I mentioned one interesting discussion that's ongoing at the Institute. And if you're watching tonight, hey, check it out. Go participate. Get in on the discussion, even if you disagree, because hey, we can't all agree, right? One thing I can agree about, though, is how wonderful the sponsors of the Immortality Institute are. And I wish I would have prepared some graphics of all our sponsors, but I didn't. So maybe I will take a picture of my screen and show you some of the sponsors. No, that ain't going to work all that good. Well, I'll just mention them. I hate to just be here on camera all the time and just babbling. But the Institute gets wonderful donations from people from around the world to sponsor all our initiatives. But you'll notice in the forums as well that we do have some sponsors, some banner ads. We have Google, the AdSense ads that occur at the bottom of the pages, at the bottom of the forum pages. But some of our sponsors have been longtime sponsors, and they are big supporters of Life Extension. So whenever I get a chance, I like to mention them. And one of them is Relentless Improvement. I buy my multivitamins through them. And they've been a long-time sponsor of the Immortality Institute. The owner, Pete, is a big Life Extension supporter. So, hey, stop by at Relentless Improvement sometime. Check out what they have. Maybe you'd like to order a little bit. We also have another supplement retailer, the Life Extension Foundation, who sponsors prizes for our Folding at Home team, for all the top folders. And, yeah, someone should remind me that we still have to dish out our prizes from last quarter. It's something I've fallen behind on because so many other things have come up in life and with the Institute. So sorry about that. But yeah, Life Extension Foundation provides gift certificates for our Folding at Home team competitors. So another great organization. They're big supporters of cryonics and life extension for many years now, and they also support the Immortality Institute. Who else? Juvis. You ever wonder why my skin looks so nice? Yesterday was my birthday, and I'm 39, and I look like I'm 39, probably. Yeah, I look like I'm 39. But I do use Juvis skin cream, the moisturizing skin cream. Makes my skin feel nice, evens out your skin tone. It's made by an Imminst member. Yeah, Chris Norwood. He sells it. You'll see the banner ad in our skincare forum. And that's another wonderful sponsor. They've been sponsoring for over a year now. They've been sponsoring that forum. Check it out, Juvis. If you're buying some other type of skincare cream, go with Juvis. It's got the same great ingredients as some of the most expensive skin cream out there. Some of this $200, $300, $400 stuff from some of these other skincare companies. You can get a tub of Juvis, I think, for $40 or $50, just like 1/4 the cost. So, hey, check it out. Let me think. What other sponsors do we have at the Institute? Oh, Rev Genetics, of course, your resveratrol supplier. You can get resveratrol from many of our different supplement retailers, but Rev Genetics is run by a lifetime member of the Immortality Institute, and he sponsors the resveratrol forum at the Institute. And when I've dealt with him, very nice fellow. I don't take resveratrol myself, but if I did, I would order from him because he's a big supporter of the Immortality Institute. Also, King Herbs. They sponsor our retailer and product discussion forum, and that is a company that produces your basic nutrients, your basic ingredients that go into multivitamins. So they're not the retailer, they're the producer. They're the ones who get those nutrients out of the plants and then put them in capsules for all the people like Relentless Improvement and Rev Genetics, the people that sell the product out there in the marketplace. So King Herbs, if you are in the business of selling supplements, you might want to source through them. Check it out. Okay, I'm getting close to the end of our spot. Global Vitamins just started up last month. They sell AOR products, which are very popular amongst our members. AOR products are regarded as some of the best ones out there. And they are now being sold through Global Vitamins. That banner can be seen in the Bioscience forum at the Institute. Who else do I got here? Aging Management. That might be one that you haven't noticed, but it's in the Immortality Institute forum, the main forum where the Sunday Evening Update is often promoted. And you'll see that banner. It's called Aging Management, and it's a doctor and his brother in the UK who started a advisory company to help people stay healthy as they age. And as our guest tonight, Jason Silva, mentioned, he tries to stay healthy. He wants to make it to the longevity escape velocity, 10, 20 years from now when we have much more advanced biotechnology to help keep people healthy. What do you do in order to keep yourself healthy to enable yourself to partake in some of the new cures that are coming out for diseases and rejuvenation therapies? What do you do? Well, Aging Management might help you answer that question. So just click on their banner or go to their website, agingmanagement.com. Just see what they have to say. And they're a wonderful sponsor of the Institute over the last year or about a year or so. And then also our internet service provider who provides us with wonderful service. Now, strangely, Canica.com. They're an ISP in Canada. Strangely, they haven't gotten real high reviews from the general internet community. However, they provide super service for the Immortality Institute. I mean, when is the last time you can remember the Institute website being down? Right? It does happen once in a while. It happens to every ISP, but it was probably 6 months, a year ago, last time the Institute was down. And whenever it does go down, I call them up, I email them, and they fix it right away. And they offer, I think, web services starting at like $4.99 a month for like their basic package for hosting. I mean, it's ridiculously cheap. So anyway, Canica, a wonderful ISP. I want to say thank you to Paul, who manages much of that operation at Canica. thanks for all your support throughout the years. So there you go. Those are some of our big sponsors at the Institute. Might have a couple more coming soon.